Hello there guys, it's Count here, back in another video, and today I'm going to do What If Deku Was Ghost Rider, part 12, hope you enjoy it. So like always, a small recap is needed because last part was like a month ago, and sorry about that. But if you somehow missed last part and I don't know how, click an I button right here. And if you want another part of this story, 500 likes and I will make it. So last part we covered the aftermath of Deku fighting Shisaki and how Shisaki tried to kill him but Deku burned his hands permanently. He almost got in trouble but he was clever enough to get out of it. After that he confronted Mirio about what he did with Shisaki. After that he had his talk with Night Eye and he revealed his Ghost Rider power. And after he returned to school, Avon saw what he did, so Kendo confronted him, a bit upset that he endangered himself, but she understood. After that they trained for the finals, Deku got stronger, 50% of one for all, and like the anime he had his fight against All Might but this time solo. And even though All Might is wearing weights, Deku is only half his strength, without using his Ghost Rider powers, except his flames. But Deku starts using his power to his advantage. He can blind All Might using some fire, he can grab him by a distance from Black Whip, plus he have way more mobility than him, plus his new trick, using lightning, so he was able to tire All Might out, so he won. Avon was surprised about his power, so they asked him about it. Deku explained, and the reason he knows a lot about Todoroki's family. And I think that's it to the summary, so let's begin. I know, wow, only 1 minute summary? Yeah, I did read your comments and I agree with you. My summaries are pretty long. Like some of them are like 5 minutes, like holy. So from now on I will try my best to make them as short as possible, okay? So we cut to the day after they rest. Deku returned to UA and of course Kendo is with him. And like he always do, he dropped her off to her class. But he realized when he entered UA that some people are staring at him. He found it weird but he thought that maybe they're still shocked that he defeated Overhaul, and he was only half right. So in their way toward class 1B, they met up with Tetsuna, and of course she teased them about being a couple. And even though they were embarrassed and Kendo spoke up, she realized that Deku have a different reaction than usual. Well, it's not like she always teased them about it, but once in a while. Last time she did it was right after the sport festival, when Kendo went to check on Deku after his fight against Endeavor. She did tease her a bit about don't see her boyfriend. After that she stopped because she was busy with her finals, or they were busy. Then she got an idea. She told Kendo that she did heard Vlad looking for her because of something related to the class, so she need to hurry along. Kendo nodded and she said goodbye to Deku. Then she started jogging away and Deku just kept looking at her. "What's up, hotshot?" Setsuna said, having it a bit rough saying your feelings out loud. "Maybe," Deku replied. And that took Setsuna by surprise. "Oh, what's wrong?" Deku asked her. "You sound a bit disappointed?" "No, I'm not disappointed. I'm actually just shocked. I thought that you'd be flustered a bit, but you're not?" "Don't get me wrong, I'm a bit flustered, but I'm come to terms with my feelings, so..." "Feelings that you like her?" "Maybe." "And let me guess, you're afraid that she doesn't feel the same way." Deku nodded. "Well, there's only one way for you to figure that out. Just ask her." "Easy said than done," Deku told her. "What do you mean? Just walk up to her and do your charm?" What charm?" Setsuna blinked for a second. "Wait a second, you mean that you never gone on a date before?" Deku shook his head. "No, I haven't." "Really? Did you not go to middle school or something? Or all boys school?" "No, a simple middle school." "Why?" "I don't know what's wrong with your middle school, but you're quite a catch. And that is without your powers." "Thanks for that. But this is actually the first time I heard it." "What? That doesn't make sense at all, if you ask me." "That's because you don't know me." Setsuna was taken by surprise. "What do you mean?" "Exactly what it sounds like. You don't actually know me. You only know me from the time I spent with Kendo in UA and whatever time we have interaction. Which, like, it's the bare minimum. So basically, you know me from the beginning of UA. Barely. Before that, you don't." That's why for you it's weird. For me, well, that was my life for the past decade. What do you mean? Well, I rather tell you than you will annoy Itsuka and she will tell you at the end. The reason you are the first person that told me that I'm a catch, it's because in my middle school, everyone looked down on me. In layman's term, I was the black sheep. I was the extra for everyone's life. No one wants me around, and if they do, it's only for tormenting me. And this shocked Setsuna. Wait, what? Hold up for a second, you are telling me that the guy that's basically the most popular person right now in UA was the black sheep? Why did they treat you like that? You're a nice person, plus you're powerful, why did you not fight back? Deku slightly smiled. The reason is my power only shows up a year before UA, and this shocked Setsuna. You mean, yes, 2 years ago I was quirkless. That's why everyone pushed me aside and I was the black sheep. No one wanted to be around a quirkless kid, a useless, or a Deku. A Deku you mean just like, yes, just like Baku called me. A matter of fact, he was the chief or the boss of the people that always tormented me. That's why you always see us butting heads, because he used to see me as someone below him. So now that I have power, I'm a threat to his throne, or this is the way he see it. Oh, I see. Sorry if I bring up something uncomfortable, Setsuna replied, lowering her head. It's okay, he did nothing wrong. Although I would appreciate if you not tell everyone about it. She nods. Thank you. So that's the reason you don't ask her. You're afraid if she will turn on you? No, it's not like that. Deku laughed a bit. Itsuka already know about my past and she know me pretty well. The reason is I'm a bit hesitant, it's because she's my first friend. My first true friend in a decade. The reason I'm this, it's because of her. To a degree. People close to me did do their parts, but she also did hers. That's the reason it's tough to ask her out. Maybe she doesn't feel the same way about me, and from that point on, our interaction will be weird and uncomfortable. So she started pushing herself away from me. And I don't know about you, I'd rather not lose my first true friend just because of a feeling. Even though, trust me, it's really hard to not say it. I just have to bear it. Let's just say it's one of my curse. Then the bearing. Well, I guess we have to go to class. Catch you later, Setsuna. Then Deku walked to his class, leaving Setsuna shocked and a bit saddened and sympathizing him. She never thought that his type of a guy will have this rough of a past. I guess the people that say don't judge a book by its cover were right. Then she walked to her class. She met up with Kindo and Kindo told her that Vlad was not looking for her. So she made up a lie and told her that maybe she misheard. Kindo bought it, but she was a bit upset. Setsuna smirked and she told her upset that you did not spend enough time with your boyfriend. Kindo blushed and she told her to shut it. He's not. Then Setsuna whispers something in her ear. But don't you want him to be? Kindo blushed even more and she's lost for words. And when Setsuna saw that, she started thinking, Mizuku, I think you have a big chance here. And as your friend, or new friend, I will help you out. Both of you. So fast forward to lunch. And like always, Deku and Kindo met up, but this time Setsuna is with them. She began teasing Kindo a bit more, and by extension, Deku. And Kindo is always denied that she have any feelings toward Deku. So when they arrive at the cafeteria, Deku quickly realized that everyone is talking about him and looking at him. He found it weird, but he just rolled with it, until Tetsu and Monama approached them. And they asked Deku about his fight against All Might, and did he really win? Yeah, how did you know? Deku asked them. Bro, Tetsu replied, right now all the school know about your fight. So that's the reason everyone is looking at me, huh? Deku sighed. So Tetsu start telling him how manly he is. Monama, well, he's Monama. He talks smack a bit and he tell him that why don't he just join his class? He's already spending more time with Itsuka than his classmates. Then Setsuna chime in and she tell them while smirking, maybe more than we think. So the duo blush. So some people start getting jealous of Kindo spending all the time with Deku. So they start talking bad about her. Deku heard that, he looked at them and his eyes turn orange. And they can feel the heat coming from him. Even their food is starting to get hotter. But Setsuna snapped him out of it and she asked him is everything okay while smirking. Deku nod. So after lunch they go the separate ways, and in the way to class 1B, did you see that? Setsuna told Kendo, "You're not blind. You did see how he reacted when they start talking bad about you. And don't tell me that he's doing that only because he's your friend. You know that's only half of it, and you know that I'm right." Kendo stood silent for a few seconds, then she asked her, "How does she know?" Setsuna smirked and she told her that maybe a certain rider told me about his feelings, and he's a bit afraid that if he showed them, he will lose a person dear to him. Wait, rider, you mean Izuku and the person is me? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So if you want to know, just ask him. Why do you always have to make things tougher than they should be? It's not that hard. Just talk to him like you always do. Kendo looked daggers at her. You know what I mean. Of course I know, Setsuna replied. I just like teasing you. Kendo is a bit annoyed. Now I think about it, Setsuna said. Didn't you say that he will take you to Island, just the two of you, for 3 days? Kendo blushed a bit and she told her what she's implying. Nothing. Maybe it's a good place for you to say your feelings out loud, with no distractions. Kendo thinks about it. Even though she doesn't want to say it, she agreed with her. So fast forward a bit and it's the day for them to go to Island. And before you ask, Deku did ask his class who told them about his fight, and it's revealed that some people overheard some of his classmates' conversation and they were talking about him and what he did, so they apologize. Luckily Deku understand. Back to Deku and Kendo. After they said their goodbyes to their parents, they went to Island, and of course Deku's mom did tell him that he will better told her that Kendo is his girlfriend when he come back. So the duo went to Island. They go to their rooms and they found that they share a room but they have 2 beds, so yay. So they quickly change to their hero uniforms because they can, and they start exploring the island. Needless to say, it was a blast for Deku because remember, he's still a bit of a hero nerd. And when Kendo saw that, she smiled a bit. Just like Deku understanding her with her loving bikes, she understood him about him loving heroes this much. Then she remembered Setsuna's words and she started thinking about them. Yo, Itsuka, you're okay? She snapped out of it and she tell him, yeah, you sure you're spacing out a bit? Yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about it. Deku smiled a bit. Okay, let's go, there's still a lot more to see. She agreed with him and they start going around the island. And it did not take too long to people to start recognizing him. He was able to defeat the number 2 hero in Japan and he's still a kid. And it's his first year at UA. So needless to say, people start surrounding them pretty quick. And because people are noisy, they start asking about his relationship with her. They mean Kendo. They did see how he reacted when she got hurt in the sport festival. Kendo blushed and Deku gave them a sweet smile and he told them, that's none of your business. So if you please, go bother another pro hero. We want to relax because it's summer. And when Deku said that, he opened his eyes slightly and they are glowing orange. So everyone get the message and they leave them alone. And then he turned to look at Kendo. You know, it's still hard to believe that someone with your face can be this menacing. Menacing, huh? Well, I can see your point. Then Deku looked at her dead in the eyes, his eyes glow orange, and he told her, why? Are you afraid? Kendo quickly blushed, then she giggled a bit and she told him, from you? Nah, you don't scare me at all. Because I know you and you are a good guy. And even without your power, I know that you will not hurt someone innocent. Deku smiled and his eyes returned to normal. I'm really glad to have you on my side, you know that? Oh, yeah, same here. How about we continue our tour, shall we? Deku nodded. So they went around the island, they had fun, and they cannot shake the feeling that this is a date. So fast forward when they returned to their room, then Deku got a phone call from All Might. He picked up and he asked him where is he, because he need to talk with him about something. If you want to come with him. Where, All Might? Island. Oh, I'm already here. What do you mean? I get 2 tickets for winning sport festival, so I'm here with Itsuka. Young Kendo? I see. Well, I need to go to catch my flight and I guess see ya tomorrow. Sleep tight and have a nice evening. You too, All Might, and he hung up. Then Kendo asked him what does he want, because she heard that he called him All Might. So Deku explained, oh, I see. It's me or it's like he treating you like his son? Well, I can see that. Remember, I am his successor. So we have a special bond. Plus, I'm not sure how father and son we should act because I never know my father. Oh, sorry about that. It's okay. I learned early on that life is tough And the best thing that you can do is take what you have and cherish it. And she agreed with him. And then there was an awkward silence. Then Deku started laughing. Man, it's awkward, huh? Well, it's our first night sleeping in the same room, so even though we are friends, it will be a bit awkward. Yeah, you're right, Deku replied. As friends, sadly. He did not realize that he said the last part a bit out loud. And after hearing that, Kendo asked him, what did you say? I said, I agree with you about we are friends? No, after it. Oh, you heard that? She nods. Sorry about that if I make it even more awkward. Kendo quickly shook her head and told him, it's okay, you're not the only one that feel that. Wait, what? Deku asked. Kendo, just like Deku, did not realize that she said that out loud, so she blushed. Well, both of them are blushing. Itsuka, did you? Do you? Then Deku held her hand, they looked at each other's eyes, they get close and they kiss. You don't know how long I wanted to do this, Deku told her. Same here, she replied. Well, since we're at this point, I guess I will say it. Itsuka, I really like you. Will you go out with me? Took you long enough to ask. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, it's getting pretty late and we still have a lot to explore, so we should go to bed. She agreed with him. Then she asked him if they can share. Deku blushed. Sure. So they go on the bed, they cuddle, and Deku told her that it's a bit weird coming from her because he knows she's a tomboy. Hey, it's not like I don't like these things. Deku left bed and apologized, but he was just teasing her. So Kendo accepted his apology and she hugged him tightly. What's wrong? It's nothing. It's just I did not expect you to be this warm. Even though you did told me that you are a bit warmer than normal people. I see. Sorry if it's a bit uncomfortable. Nah, it's okay. I actually like it. So they fell asleep and the next day, Deku woke up and he saw Kendo beside him. I guess it was not a dream, huh? And he smiled. Then Kendo woke up and after getting ready, they resumed their exploration of the island. AKA date number 2. Well, technically number 1, but you know what I mean. So they put on their hero costume and start going around, just like yesterday, but this time as a couple. And it actually made things way more easier because yesterday they were repressing their feelings. So there was a bit of awkwardness. Now there's not. So for the lack of better words, they are free to act like they want. So everything was normal for a few hours until Deku overheard some people talking about All Might being in the island. So he's arrived, huh? Should I call him? Then Deku looked at Kendo. Nah, I won't. I will be a bit selfish and decide to spend a bit more time with you. Kendo blushed. So what are you waiting for? Let's go. So they went around a bit until 3 people saw them. Oraka, Jiro and Momo. They were surprised to see them because Deku did not tell them that he will be here. Plus with Kendo, and they were able to see that they are a bit touchy with each other. They can even say that they are on a date. And since they are noisy, they approached them, and the first one that called him was Oraka. She told him he's having fun. By the way, she's not jealous. More like she teased him a bit because they're still friends. Oh, hi guys. What are you doing here? They told him. Then they asked him the same question. So he told them that this is the price of the sport festival and he can't take with him a +1 and he took Itsuka. We see. One more question. Are you two on a date or something? Actually, yeah, the girl replied, quite casually and happy. Really? Since when you guys start dating? Well, we started yesterday, so... Oh, we see. Well, congrats. Thanks. Both Kendo and Deku reply. I don't know about you, but I'm a bit tired, so... Let's go to the cafeteria. They agreed, so they met up with Kaminari and Mineta, then Ida running toward them like Robocop from the 90s, and right behind him is his brother, Ingenium. They get at each other, and Ingenium specifically starts looking at Deku. So you're the kid who defeated Endeavor, huh? It's not like I'm insulting you or anything, but if I didn't see it by my 2 own eyes, I will never believe it. Nah, it's okay, I believe you. I was not even planning or fighting him. But after I know what he did to his son, I had to do something. Because people like him doesn't deserve the title of a hero. They only fakes that only in it for the money and fame. And sadly, there's a lot of people like him. And when Deku said that, Ingenium have a weird flashback. His words resemble his. I see. Well, I actually agree with you. Anyway, that's not the time or place to talk about it, so enjoy your time. Ida, let's go. Ida nod, so they decide to meet at the ceremony. After that they talk for a bit and the topic of the training ground was brought up. So they decide to check it out, and this time there is no Todoroki because... Todoroki was there because his father didn't want to go, so he sent him in his place. But because of what happened in USJ, Island did not send an invitation to Endeavor, so Todoroki is not here. So after that, Avon got in their turn, and of course Deku got in the first place pretty easily. And after they were done, Deku got a phone call from All Might. They talk for a bit, and he told Deku to come to meet him because he wants to introduce him to someone. Yeah, about that, All Might, can I? Of course you can bring with you young Kendo. It will not be a good idea to let your date along. Date? How did you? Your mom told me when I passed by your house yesterday. She told me, using her words, that he's taking his girlfriend to a date. So young Midori, you're not going to lie, it's quite a bold move taking your girlfriend on your first date into an island for 3 days. Please not you two, All Might. All Might laugh a bit and he tell him see ya soon. So they hang up and then Deku told Kendo that they have to meet All Might, if that's okay with you. Sure, of course, we have nothing else to do. The others were surprised to see Deku's interaction with All Might, like they are family, and Kendo is used to it, so they asked him to explain. Kendo and Deku looked at each other and they nod, then they revealed that they have been training with All Might for the past year. Well, for Izuku it was a year, for Kendo a few months. So needless to say, they were shocked. Wait a second, you mean that All Might was training you for like few months? Momo asked Kendo. Kendo nodded. So that's the reason you were able to give Bakugo a run for his money. Kendo nodded again. So that's what Midoriya mean when he said that he deserved to be in class 1A. Yep, then he looked at Minata. So some people need to be really grateful for their luck. Minata gulped, then Kendo put her hand on Deku's shoulder and tell him she appreciates the gesture but that's enough. So the couple split from the group and they want to meet All Might. And when they did, he introduced them to David. Deku started geeking out a bit because he's Deku. And by extension, they talk with Melissa. But Deku is getting a weird vibe from David. It's like he's feeling guilty about something. So after that they split, just like the anime, although a bit later. After that, Avon returned to their rooms to get ready. So just like the anime, some of them were late. Then the alarm went off and the building went in shutdown mode. And Melissa tells them that something must be wrong. And Deku agrees with her because he can feel something ominous inside the building. So they sneak and they go just above the stage and to see All Might and the rest of the heroes captured. They quickly get the attention of All Might, and after they talk or signal to each other, All Might gives Deku go ahead to do what he need because he know him pretty well and he's strong. Then Melissa told them about the security room and it's in the top floor, so if you can take me there I can stop the shutdown. They all agreed, so they start going up the stairs, but soon enough some of them start getting tired, mainly Minata. Deku quickly think on his feet and tell them we cannot waste any more time. He grabbed everyone with Black Whip and he power up one for all and start running up the stairs. And in mere seconds they arrive. And during their ride, Mineta commented that Deku's power resembles All Might a lot. Well, except for the Black Whip. So when they arrived at the security room, they saw David talking with Sam and they revealed their plan about taking the device. Melissa confronted her dad and he revealed why. And Deku, for once, he can understand why. He knew that All Might is losing his power pretty rapidly, especially after he gave him one for all. But still, Deku speak up, hiring villains? David tell him they are not villains, they are just fakes, actors. Then Sam shot him. He tell him why, just like the movie. Then Wilfred attacked them using some pillars, with Deku easily destroying them. Then his lackeys, yes they are still here because Minata did not open the door, attacked them, but here's the thing. They are in a big disadvantage because there is no Todoroki or Bakugo. Sure, Kendo is strong and she can handle her own against the tall guy that can create wind pressure or something with his hands, so she can avoid his attacks because of her previous training with Gran Torino. But the purple monkey will be a big problem because they don't have enough strength. That if you remove Deku from the equation, but Deku is still here. He quickly, and I mean just like All Might did in USJ in the anime, he powered one for all 20%, vanished from everyone's sight, and he quickly knocked out the purple monkey and his friend. Then Deku glared at Wolfram and he smirked and his eyes turned orange. Okay, who's next? Wolfram quickly fired some pillars at Deku because he remembered him from the sport festival and he knew that he's strong because he was able to take on and beat the number 2 hero. So these pillars and walls are just distraction for him to run away, and he was able to take David with him. So he started running to the helicopter and Deku is behind him. Close behind him are his friends, and the second they exit the tunnel, Deku shield everyone because Wolfram started firing at them. He bleed a bit because they are bullets, so they quickly check on him and ask him is he okay. Deku tells them yeah, I will be. Then flames start coming out from his wounds and he instantly heal. You guys stay here, I will bring back David's shield. They agreed because the helicopter started flying and Deku is the only one that can fly. So Deku leaped toward the helicopter, or basically go through it. He grabbed David and he made the helicopter crash. "You okay, Mr. Shield?" Deku asked. David nodded, in pain. I didn't think that things would go this way." "Yeah, you messed up," Deku replied, "but not going to lie, I cannot hold it against you." David looked at him. "I know about All Might's skinny form, and I know that he's losing power pretty rapidly." David's eyes widened. "What? How?" "He's the one who told me. And trust me, he knows that, and he knows that he doesn't have a lot of time in the hero career. And even though it's sad to see that, but before he can finish his sentence, Deku was hit with a pillar. Wolfram rose from the ground wearing the device, and he's getting stronger. Then All Might comes flying from nowhere, breaking a bunch of pillars, and he goes to see David. But before he can reach him, Wilfred grabs him and pull him toward him. And at the same time, Deku bursts from the rubble, and he sees David getting taken away. He flies toward him, but he was stopped by some pillars and wires. And those things were able to stop him for a second because he instantly melted them. He was preparing to fire a jet burn toward him, but Wolfram, being a coward, he shielded himself using David. So Deku stopped his assault, but Wolfram started attacking him with some pillars, with Deku easily dodging them because he can fly. Then All Might charged at Wolfram, but he was able to stop him. He hit him with a lot, and I mean a lot of cubes, but before he can do any more damage, Deku charged at him, or at the cube, sorry, and he punched into everything that he got, breaking it, freeing All Might. And when All Might saw him, he saw that his hand is broken, because he used 100% to break him free. "Young Midoriya, you're okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." Then Deku instantly healed himself. But this bastard is using him as a shield. I cannot hit him from afar. Yeah, and he's pretty strong. He's working with All For One. He have 2 quirks. All For One again? What does he want? Don't know, but All Might started laughing. "Not going to lie, young Midoriya, it's a bit hard for me to do it alone. So can you give me a hand, young Midoriya?" "Of course." "Let's go." And 2 of them charged at Wolfram with the same speed. So they easily break through every pillar that Wolfram set at them, and sometimes Deku even melt them. Then Deku saw an opening and he flies straight at David, going through every attack that Wolfram shoot at him, literally by going through them, by melting them. Then he grabbed David and he pulled him out. Then by using Black Whip he gave him to Melissa. "All Might, get out of the way!" All Might nod, and Deku started engulfing himself with flames more and more. And just like with Chisaki, he used another Hell Nova, completely erasing every ounce of metal on the surface, or the roof, and also hurting Wolfram pretty badly. Wolfram tried to shield himself, but let's be honest, this is the Ghost Rider flames. They are pretty hot. Even though Deku is severely holding back because he's not using his Ghost Rider form. So after the smoke dissipated, everyone were in awe about Deku's firepower. It even shocked All Might. So after that, everyone can see Wilfred on the ground, hurt because Deku literally cooked him alive, but he was able to survive just with some burn marks. And the device was completely fried. So after everything died down, everyone got their wounds treated, well, except for Deku because he doesn't have any. Still, Kendo was worried about him, so she asked him, is he really okay? For the 5th time, Itsuka, "I'm fine." "You are a bit too much, you know that? I'm technically half immortal, I cannot die." "I know, dammit, it's just, well, look, Itsuka, I understand. I'm not annoyed. I'm actually pretty happy that you care this much about me." Kendo just blushed. "So to put you at ease, remember this. Whatever this world throw at me, I'll always come back. Always." "Yeah, I know," Kendo replied. "Just make sure that you not leave me behind." Deku hugged her, shocking Kendo a bit. He smiled and he told her, as if, "I'm thinking of keeping you, I don't know, for the rest of my life." A massive blush grew on Kendo's face. Oh, someone is embarrassed. Shout it. Deku laughed a bit. Nice going, kid." Someone said that to Deku, and it was Bungie. "You're a smooth talker." "I completely forgot that you guys can see it." Then Nana grabbed Bungie and tell him to stop bothering the kid and stop ruining the moment. "Thanks, Miss Nana. Don't mention it, kid." So fast forward a bit and Deku is lost in his thoughts. All Might approach him and ask him, "Something on your mind, young Midoriya?" "Yeah, you can say that." Deku looked down and sighed. All Might obviously worried. "What's wrong?" Deku looked at him dead in the eyes and tell him, "All Might, do you want One For All back?" "What? Why? No! Why are you asking me this? If you think that you're not suited to be my successor, you're wrong." "It's not that, All Might. It's just like with Mr. David, I know that you are losing your power pretty fast, especially after you give me One For All." It's not like I'm not appreciated and 1 for all is weak, but even without it, I'm pretty strong. So do you want it back? So by extension, you will get your power back. Is that right, huh? Yeah. Then All Might hug him, and that shocked Deku. Look, young Midoriya. Look, I am not going to lie to you. Even though I'm losing my power pretty fast, I will never regret giving it to you. I have been a hero for quite a while, so sooner or later time will catch up to me. Just like with previous users, we need someone to hold the torch and move forward. And I chose you because I saw a hero, a great hero, just like how my master saw something in me. So do not ever think about that again, young Midoriya. You are worthy of this power. And if my word alone is not enough, you can ask the other users. He's right, kid. Nana, speak up. With the other users, except for the second and third, you have already proven yourself worthy of this power, even without you being the Ghost Rider. Deku smiled. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. You don't know how much that means to me. Then All Might break the hug and he looked at David taken away by the cops and he sighed. You know what, All Might? Deku speak up. I can understand why he did it, because if I was in his boat, I might have done it. I know, young Midoriya. Same here. Then Melissa approached them and she thanked Deku for saving her dad. Same for All Might. Deku smiled and he told her to not mention it. After that, Deku met up with Kendo, and because of the incident, everyone was sent back to their home. Deku was a bit annoyed because he did enjoy his time with Kendo, even if the press was on their tail. Kendo told him to cheer up and we can reschedule the date for another time, because just like you told me, you'll keep me for the rest of your life, right? Deku blushed a bit, then she hugged his arm and smiled. Yeah, I did say that. After that, they were sent back to their home, and with this, I'm going to stop it right here. So what do you think of it, guys? Will Deku enjoy his time with Kendo, or something will happen? What will the League of Villains do about Deku's increase in strength? What will happen next? Leave your thoughts in comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. There's more videos like this coming, and like always, guys, peace.